Okay, welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be working on the head. We're going to try to capture as close enough of the reference we have in here. But before we do that, let me just increase our subdivision level to the highest, so we can create a new layer. So let me just I'll just click this now. So we should now let's rename this. So delete this neck head. Let's use primary forms. Okay, enter. Okay, so let me just see. So now we have a new layer for this now. Let me bring back our anatomical reference. It should be this one. Okay. Just find a place to put this. Just trying to optimize my space. Okay. Let me isolate the head now. Isolate the head. So now I'll go to the lowest subdivision level. Let's try to size this on our canvas. Just properly size this again. Just trying to get a good angle for this. Okay, then let's import our texture. So we'll go to import. Now just locate where that outlet, where this reference image is. This reference image on the left hand side is, so which is our front view. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, there it is. So I'll use this one now. Just click on it. I'll click open. Okay, I've not selected it yet. Let me select it and it's open now. That seems to be open. Okay, it's there now. If I go back in there to the texture, is in there now. I need to add it to spotlight. Okay, so it duplicated it. I don't know why it duplicated it. So let me just select any of them and I'll click add to spotlight. Like so. So basically, to have your spotlight on and to have it to unhide it is Shift Z. But to just go out of this gizmo we have in front of us, just hit Z and then you can work on your model behind it. So basically trying to center. Let me reduce the opacity first. Let me take down the opacity to something that is good enough for me to work with while seeing what I have behind the reference image. So the idea is to, let me just scale this up a bit and pull this down. Okay. I think this should be fine. I think the opacity should be fine for now. Let's see. Okay. So now let me try to get our reference image to kind of match the reference. The general idea here is to kind of use the eye. General idea is to use the eye to kind of match up the reference image. So I'm going to use the eye. So the eye will be like our landmark to kind of match up the reference image. So I'm going to look for a material. I'm going to look for a material that highlights the eye properly so I can see that through my through the spotlight, so I can kind of properly align this. I'm just trying to figure out which particular one works best for me to properly align this. Okay, let's work with this frame O1. So I'll just try to. Now this part is really tricky, like really tricky. You can spend close to 15 to 10 minutes trying to align the image properly. And depending on the reference image you have, that might contribute to it even making it more difficult for you to even properly align. You see, because you're not sure because you can't really completely tell if the character if the reference image is face on. If the reference image isn't completely face on, you might need to adjust your model at an angle that kind of matches the reference image, which can be really tricky most of the time. That's why it's always good to kind of have a reference image for your front view and side view and quarter view that has no expression at all, like completely no expression, as expressionless as you can find. So that's general idea. So the eye is like the anchor point now I'm trying to use to kind of get this. So once I get the size of the eye, so let me just make sure if my camera angle is fine, and it's fine actually. It's 5 millimeter. Focal length is 5 millimeter, which is fine. Just try and resize. So I'm trying to size up the eye of my model to that of the reference image. So that will be the anchor point for every other thing I'm supposed to adjust in here. So this can be really tricky. And just try for you to kind of align this properly. You can see the left eye is kind of properly aligned, but the right eye is just kind of is a bit out of place, like way too out of place, which is not too good. You might just probably I might just have to adjust the spacing for in between the eyes. Okay, so you can see now I've aligned this now close to something really close enough to the reference image. So I actually made some corrections for the eye. So for the main reference image, the eyes were a bit apart, so I kind of just adjusted that. So I pushed the eye apart a bit more. So let me just show you guys. Let me just show you guys what I did. Let me just go back to use my undo history and show you guys what I did. So if I scrub through, you can see the distance added in between the eyes. And after doing that, it kind of got me to a closer view to matching the reference, at least for the eye, which is our anchor point. So kind of measure this up and then kind of align the model to reference image. Okay. So now I need to store this view. So under draw, I click on store view and just name this to front cam. Enter. So that's fine. So anytime you close ZBrush and you open this up again, that view will be automatically saved. So you can always snap to this view. Okay. So let me save spotlight also, so I can save this reference image. So anytime I open ZBrush and I just import this, it will show. I'll just name this to Z cam. So anytime I load ZBrush and I just load this spotlight in, I should always have it in there. So when you kind of snap your camera out of view, you can always position back with let me just pull this out. Just create space in here. Okay, so let me drag this. Let me put this way. So let me just snap, dock this to the right hand side. So I can have the camera view in this. I can easily snap to the camera view. Okay, so let me change this to the move topological, and change the dynamics or change this to damn standard. So now I can begin to work on this with our reference image. Okay, let me just snap this against the front view. Now I'm going to use the move topological brush to begin to move things in place. Okay, I think I will need to, the lips are kind of open, so I need to close that up. So going to your gizmo, just hold control and drag out the marks like so. So I will invert that and blur this out some more. Blur it out. Blur this out. Then I'm going to use move topological brush and push this upwards. Kind of close that hole, that opening on the mouth. Okay. Let me just grow this marks. I need to grow this marks. So I'll grow marks a few times, like 3 times, okay, or even more. Then with the move topological brush, I can just close this end of the lips a bit more. And just push this up and close this. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, snap this back to camera view. So now I can begin to push and pull the lips just to align with the reference. Okay, so you can see I'm just pushing this in to align with the reference. Okay, so then let me just adjust the jaw line to kind of align the reference. Let me just push the ear up a bit more. So for now, I'm not going to completely align that ear to the reference because I feel the ear is kind of offsetted on the reference, so I'm not going to do too much of that. Then let me just align, kind of push the jaw upwards. So the general idea now for me is to kind of working more, kind of using more of the left hand side of the model of the reference to kind of do some alignment on this. So just pushing out the jaw, trying to get the jaw to align. Okay, you just pull out the nose, just push out the nose some more. So you can see I'm being really gentle on this. So let me just pull this out the nose on the edge, not on those nose strings a bit more. Okay, let me push this down, tip of the nose down. Let's see, let me pull this out. Okay, just pushing this down some more. So I'm really gentle on this. So you don't want to exaggerate this at this moment or pull too hard on at this moment. Let me take off lazy mouse because lazy mouse. Then with them standard brush, I'll just do something. Okay, now with the standard brush rather. So I'm just going to carve out the lip line, the lower lip line. I'm just going to carve this out, make this a bit more pronounced. Do that again. Do that for the upper lip also. Okay, just to have something in there. Okay. Let me do this again. Okay, and I'll do this for the upper lip. Alright, just subtle changes to this. The general idea is that for while working at this level, you just have to be really patient with the model, like very patient with it until you begin to see something in there. You just kind of be really patient with it, and then just begin to add whatever you can find from the reference image on top of this. So the clay build up brush. So I'm going to accentuate this some more. You can see from the reference image there's a depth in here. So let me just take this down. Let me do this with the reference on. So I kind of block out a shape in there. Let me use the standard brush instead. No, that's way too aggressive. Way too aggressive. Let me take down the intensity. Just draw something in there. With the reference image, I'll just draw something in there. This seems to be this does not seem to be doing the work correctly. Okay, let me do this again. Okay, it's kind of digging in whenever I do this on top of the reference image. I think this is not this is not exactly what I want. It might probably be a bug or something. So when I do this on top of the reference image, it's like this. She's kind of digging in. It's supposed to do the opposite. When I do this without the reference image, it's working correctly. Probably a bug. Look, let's try another brush. Let me use them standard. Let me use the clay build up brush rather. Just checking. Similar effects. So I kind of turned off, restarted my ZBrush. So should be working correctly, I believe. Should be working correctly now. Okay, let me just accentuate that. And I'll just move this out. Just move this back down. Okay. Okay, let me just do this. Let me just see what we can adjust in here. Let me just dig in here a bit more. And I'll smooth that out. Okay. Just blend this back down. Let's smoothing this out. Okay. So that's them standard brush now. Let me just, oh, that's way too aggressive. That's way too aggressive. And just do that again, all the way from the top around like so. Something like so. Then I'll smooth that back down. Okay. Now let me see. Remove topological brush. You can do small little adjustment on the nose also. So I'm basically just touching everywhere I see a detail that I need to add. Let's check this to see. Okay. Now, for a Caucasian nose, it's more pointed. So, but this is a black African. So I will need to adjust the nose later on, to make it look more realistic based on ethnicity. Let me just push this. Okay, them standard, but let me just do a cut line here. So we will just let me snap this again to the front view. Just kind of measure out where this should be. Use the brush size. Remove topological brush. Let me just move pop out the cheekbone a bit more. Just push this out slightly all the way to the front. Let me see if there's very subtle but still there. Very subtle but something still there. Okay. We'll snap this again to the them standard brush. I want to kind of accentuate this. There's a label fold. That's way too long. So I'll do something a bit shorter. Something like so. Okay. That's still too long. That feels still too long. I need something shorter, not I don't want it to be as long as this. Maybe I can just leave the weight, then I'll just smooth this back down. Okay, should work. Just smoothing back down. Okay. So the reason why you don't want to go too heavy handed on this is because so when you smooth, the shapes or the effect you added can easily be blended back into the skin. When you do something too aggressive, even though you kind of smooth and even though you smooth, it still gets that depth information in there which can make the surface look too bumpy. So that's why I'm just going light handed on this. Though it's something you can always fill up also with a clay brush or your clay clay tubes and then smooth that back up. That would definitely fix those bumpiness, but that will kind of eat more of the time you're supposed to use to work on this. So the general idea is just go with lighter strokes on it. They can easily blend back in quickly, as quickly as possible. So just accentuating this a bit more. That's too aggressive. So let me just go a bit light-handed. Let's go a bit light-handed. Too aggressive. No, that's a bit too aggressive. So maybe I want to go light. I'm going to go just very really light-handed on this. So the clay builder brush. You just smooth this back down. You don't need to be too aggressive. Okay. So I'm trying to max out the eye. Something like this. With a clay brush. Okay, let me use the move topological brush. Just try to raise this in. Just fill this up. This should be fine. So just keep working on this. Okay. Let me just carve this around this like so. For the higher part of the eyelid. You see that's even working at all. I'm gonna push this in some more. Just gonna carve something out like so. Now smooth that back down. Okay. Quickly remove topological brush and raise this up. Just raise this up a bit higher. Okay. Yeah, I think that should be fine. With them standard brush, I'll just cut a line in here like so. Okay, so snap this back to the front view. Okay, with a clear brush now. See, probably need to accentuate this a bit more. Just fill that up some more. Like so. Now smooth that back down. Taking this from the side to be sure if it's not too high. I think you might still need to adjust the spot structure a bit later on. Okay, let me move that marks. So for the eye bag, let me just carve something in here like so. Okay. So this eye bag now, it's kind of make this a bit more pronounced. So I'm just filling it up with my standard brush. Maybe just let me close this. I don't know if you can spot the difference. Okay, so with our standard brush, just change this up again. I restarted ZBrush. Okay, so let me just put this way. With our standard brush, I think not too high. There's something like this should be fine for the intensity. So I want to carve something out for the eye bag, for the eye, for the lower part of the eyelid. Something like so should be fine. Let me just snap this back to front view. Okay. So for the under parts, let me just use this multiple brush. Let me smooth this back down. That was too deep. Just push this down. Okay. Let me use the clay builder brush and just push, add some more fleshiness to that brow ridge. Now smooth this back down. Okay. So let me just add this line in here with our same standard brush. Get a closer view on that to be sure if I'm doing this correctly. So kind of lazy mouse for this. I think that's way too aggressive. Let me use reference image instead. Something around here. Just check this from an angle to be sure and accentuate that. No, that's too far. Is that? Nope. Nope. I don't think that doesn't look good. Let me do this again. Okay. Probably we can keep this one, I guess. Okay. So let me just pick this eye up. Just way out of place. So let me just push this where it should be. One angle for this. Just push this even more. Okay. Like so. Okay. Then I will just do a mirror and word for this. So that should fix it. I should fix this. Alright. So let's keep working on this. You see there's a cut from the eyes all the way to the cheekbone. So I'm just kind of add that separation there. So them standard brush. I'll just carve out something that goes across. Okay. That's bit that feels too aggressive. Probably if I leave this, maybe later on my work might make some adjustment on that. So for the label fold, let me cut this down again. Okay. Nope. So let me do that. Just do that again. So I'm just gonna this are just majorly this is just a placeholder. I'm definitely still going to correct this next label fold later on. But let me just put something in there. I need to correct that later on. One advice: you don't have to do everything immediately. Just be patient with it. Anytime you come back with a fresh eye, one other day and you kind of check this, you notice that there's still a lot of things that you need to fix, and some things that were kind of out of proportion that you can always correct. So that's like the general idea of things in here. So just slowly pushing, pulling, adding, subtracting, cutting in, filling up, smoothing. Over time, it begins to look more realistic. So the topological brush for this nose, let me just pull this down. Just trying to get the nose to work right. So but for now we're kind of limited to the front view, so that's fine. When we change our view a bit more, then we can always have more, can always go back and make some more corrections on some other parts as we should. Okay, let me just push this out, push this in. For the jaw, let me just push this in some more. Okay, maybe something like this. Okay, I think underneath, let's see. I need to pull this under part of the neck. I need to push this in. That's way too aggressive. Let me do this with a slightly different approach. Just push a little like so. Then with the edge polish, let me kind of, no, that's way too aggressive. So I'll lower the brush size and do this again. Then I'll just smooth everything back down like so. Okay, let's see. Back to this guy. Let's see what else we can adjust in here. Let me just use the standard brush to carve this out or smooth that back down. Okay, so let me kind of change up the light. I want to kind of make the light match this our reference image. So I'm using the blink material, so create a new light. Just kind of position the light where it should be, somewhere around here. Then I'll kind of, okay, let me change this up. Okay, let me just increase the intensity now a bit more. Somewhere around there should be fine. So now this gives me a better idea to be able to read my forms even properly now. So let me just move this back down. Now I can easily read the forms in there properly, like I should. Okay, so this is fine. I think I'll see you guys in the next lesson.